Del & Co Solicitors. We're friendly, professional and cost-effective. A one-stop shop for immigration affairs as we take your case from the onset and represent you in court if necessary. Located at 659 Green Lanes, Haringey, London, N80QY. We're only 4 minutes walk from the Turnpike Lane tube station on the Piccadilly line. Call 0208 880 9393. That's 0208 880 9393 for more information.
Del & Co Solicitors. Legal advice you can rely on.
Welcome to today's edition of The Legal Matters. I am Winnet St. Luce, and with me in the studio today is Mr. Dele Olawanle of Del & Co Solicitors. You're welcome again, sir.
You're welcome. Back fresh from maternity leave.
Yes, fresh and ready to go. So you've been doing this program for many, many years, and for those who are watching for the first time, could you just please tell them what this program is all about?
This is Legal Matters. The purpose of this program is to educate immigrants and non-immigrants alike on their immigration matters. We take the law and we explain it, we break it down without any unnecessary jargons. Out of many years of practicing in this field, we know the needs of immigrants. We know the weaknesses in the operations, in terms of regularizing their stay, the common mistakes made by immigrants, the failings of the system, and also coming from the background of someone that has been through the system. I also had challenges with the immigration authority. I reported at the police station for 8 years. I was detained at a center for 5 weeks. I was taken to the airport to be deported. So all this put together, whilst there I saw a lot of failings. People in there who did not know why they were being detained, people poorly represented, badly represented, people who did not get the proper representation, people who thought they had an application with the Home Office and they had nothing there, and a lot of this are happening. So on this program, we look at the law, we look at the latest development in law, we bring it to your attention to educate you. So you may not need the advice, but you can tell someone else going through the same situation. But also I want to say that on this program, people should not just take what we say here on the face value, because we are talking generally.
Yeah.
People need to get further legal advice.
Yes.
To get a particular and specific advice regarding their situation, because no two cases are the same.
Yeah.
So if you are watching this program for the first time, tell your friends, tell your neighbors about it, tell them to work Legal Matters. It's going to help them a great deal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for explaining what the program is all about. And as you've heard, Mr. Dele Olawanle is not only a lawyer, but he's someone who's had first-hand experience going through different immigration matters himself in the past. So it is really brilliant. And so moving along, can you just tell us about the increase in application fees for immigrants?
That's a big one. I saw an applicant, a woman and her children, a few weeks ago, and she had to make an application for herself and 5 children for indefinite leave to remain, and the fee they had to pay was £2,297 multiplied by 6. She almost fainted. So the fees have gone up a lot. And so if any of you watching this telecast believe that your leave to remain or your visa will expire within the next 6 months, start saving now. If you have dependent, start saving because it is very expensive. And for ordinary leave to remain applications where you get 2.5 years, people are having to pay £993 per applicant, and then with an immigration health surcharge of £500, so making about £1,500, 1493. So if you have a family of 5, it all add up. And if you are going to use a lawyer, you have to pay your lawyer as well. So the immigration application fees have gone up, and if you are preparing to make an application in the next 6 months, start saving, make inquiries, know what you have to do, because it's very expensive. And I am in the system, and I know it's not very easy to get those money. Paying £12,000 or £13,000 to make an application for a family of 6 or 7 is a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely. And what impact is this increase in application fees likely to have on immigrants from in the EU?
The impact is likely to have is that it could deter a lot of people from making an application to regularize their stay, so making them to commit a criminal offense. Because you are an overstayer, you are committing a criminal offense. So if you are working, committing a criminal offense now, I mean, look at it this way. I mean, what would an applicant that has no money to make an application to regularize their stay do? I know they can apply for a fee waiver, but in most cases it doesn't work. They don't grant it. So it is likely, not that it is likely, it's been deterring a lot of people from making an application, but the danger is that if you don't regularize your stay and you are caught, then it messes up your case as a whole. So it's a big problem. It is a big, because I deal with people. You have a husband and wife and 2 children, and they don't have any job. They don't have any relatives in the UK, and they have to make an application. So to look for £6,000-7,000 has been a lot of problems. But I also want to say to people watching this telecast that they should endeavor to save for the rainy day. The day, if they want to make an application, they need to get legal advice, know the cost, and start saving towards that. And in some cases, if you trust your lawyer to keep the money for you, you can pay into their client account and say, well, I want to make an application. How much is it going to cost? Oh, it's going to cost you £6,000. Oh, I have £2,000 now. Okay, can I give this to you in your client account and go and look for the remaining £4,000? That way, you'll be able. Those are some of the ways people can plan. But you have to make sure you trust the lawyer, lest you lose your money. And you say, oh, you had the advice on this program that we should be giving money to lawyers. I say you have to trust them. So I'm just introducing a disclaimer straight away that I didn't ask you to give your money to anybody. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So what are the implications of a child attaining 7 years in the UK?
Yes. In a way, what the government said is that if a child has lived in the United Kingdom for 7 years, that they might not seek to remove the child or the family. It does not mean, they didn't say they will not. So there's a caveat there. There's a qualification there. So it is not automatic.
Okay.
But it just goes to show also that once a child attains the age of 7, they come within the immigration rules, and the parents can make an application for leave to remain on the basis that they have a child that was brought into the UK and is still under 18 and has lived there for 7 years on a continuous basis, or that they have a child that was born here and has lived there for 7 years and has never left the country. So it gives them a footing, which could later become a stronghold in that the older the child gets, the stronger the case becomes. Because so the fact that a child has clocked 7 years does not mean that that is the end of the matter. And because they have to pass also the second limb of the test, that will it be reasonable to remove the child from the United Kingdom, having lived there for 7 years. Now, when we talk of reasonableness, there's no definition of that, but you have to look at the particular, the panoramic circumstances of each individual, of each family, and as to how entrenched they have been in the UK, or what they are likely going to face in their home country. Again, this is looked at on a case-by-case basis, because no two circumstances are the same. So this depends on the representation, the experience of the legal representatives, the representation made on behalf of the family, the documentary evidence provided in support of the application. They'll be able to show, and the information put on the application form. So it's a whole series of issues that they look at when it comes to reasonableness. So it's not an area of law or an application that you can just pick an application form and just complete it and send it to the Home Office. You are likely going not to get leave to remain. So the implication is that it starts giving families the right and the opportunity to make an application that comes within the immigration rules in order to regularize their stay in the United Kingdom. But as I said, it is not automatic. Get legal advice and then get proper representation.
Thank you.
Talk to Del & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralisation, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Del & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.delsolicitors.co.uk. Del & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.
There you have it. Get proper legal advice. You can go straight to Del & Co Solicitors and get proper legal advice. So in relation to overstayers, what can they do to regularize their situation?
When we talk of overstayers, that means you overstayed, you stayed over beyond the period permitted. Because when people come into this country, they are given a visa, whether as a visitor, whether as a student, whether as a spouse, whether under the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, 4, and 5, or in any other category. You came into the UK, you are given a visa, but before the visa expired, you did not regularize your stay, you did not apply to extend it, the visa expired, then you are an overstay, you overstayed. And also there could be people whose visa, who made an application before their visa expired, and then it was refused without being granted, and they've exhausted their right of appeal. Those also are overstayers. They had leave, they made an application, it was refused, so they have no current leave to remain. Those are overstayers. I don't know if you'll be going towards that direction, but I may as well join to this category people that are called illegal entrants. Whether as an overstayer or as an illegal entrant, we are not encouraging that on this program. So they don't go around and so there's this lawyer that is helping people to overstay in the United Kingdom. They say, no, not at all. Far from it. I'm trying to say is that there are other people in this category that came into the UK illegally, in that maybe at the point of entry they use a passport belonging to another person. That's a criminal offense. But again, the longer they stay in the UK without representing, without making an application to regularize their stay, is an elongation of the criminality. So if you are caught, you are already an illegal entrant, and then you're caught without leave to remain. So you're adding fire to fire. So these people are called illegal entrants, or maybe you cross over from one country. After a while, you develop what is called a private and family life in the UK, and then you can make an application. So all these people needs to get legal advice, whether as an overstayer or an illegal entrant. Get legal advice so that you can be advised that this is what you can do, this is what you can do. This is I believe that it is the most sensible way to start your case. It is the most sensible way. Go and get legal advice. Some people call the office sometimes and they tell them that they should pay consultation fee to see me, because see me is not free. Or any of my colleagues. Now watch this. And they refuse to book an appointment, and they went to another place and made an application, and then they messed up their case. They now came back to me to say, oh, sorry sir, I should have seen you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but I went to the wrong place. Because they say I should pay consultation fee. Let me tell you, if you think paying consultation fee is expensive, you try making the wrong application and you will pay 5 times over. Whereas the matter could have been solved if you had gotten proper legal advice and they tell you this is what you have to do and you follow it. It's like pastors and members. If they come to you and they give you counseling and you refuse to follow it and you go on your own way, after many years you come back and say, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I should have followed that instruction. So the same thing with lawyers. Get legal advice, and then from there, when you go for legal advice, you will be told, do you have a case? Or you'll be told whether you have a case or not. You will be told whether you have a case in the future. You'll be told the type of things, documents, evidence you need to make an application, and also you will be advised on the fees. So if you are not ready, you can go and plan and come back later. But not getting legal advice, just staying there. And I saw that you people outside London, you are so scared. You know they are living. You are looking at me now. They are so scared. Some of them even come to me thinking I'm an immigration officer. I'm out to help you. So they're outside London. They are paranoid about their situation, and some of them have been there for 7 years, 17 years, 20 years. They don't have a single document in their name. The nonsense has got to stop. You got to keep the evidence of your stay. Stop destroying your pay slips. Stop destroying your bank statement. Stop destroying your utility bills, because it's only a mad person that destroys their evidence when they are going to court. So stop destroying it and get legal advice. You are not going to be arrested when you go and see a lawyer to advise you on your situation, especially people outside London. I mean it. And I've been dealing with them for about 20 years now, so I know very well. They are just shit. You understand? So get legal advice, see what can be done on your situation, and then you will be hiding in a few months or so. You won't be hiding again. You'll be a free person. But if you keep hiding, you may be like that for another 30 years. Very sad. I saw a man, he had lived outside London for about 40 years.
Wow.
No status, no national insurance number, he was scared. And he came to us, and I asked him, go and get this, go and get this, go and get this, go and get it. Within 6 months, he became a free man. And he said he wanted to travel to his country.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So he got there, started sending me pictures, and that could have been done years ago. So regularize your stay, stop hiding.
Thank you, sir. So you've heard it, stop hiding. Regularize your stay and get legal advice. So if an application is refused, what can be done about it?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is not all applications that are made to the Home Office that are granted. Some are granted, some are not. And if you look at it also, it is impossible for all applications to be granted at the same time. So you get your own this year, another get their own in 2 years' time. The thing is that so at a particular point, some applications are refused. So when your application is refused, it may come with a right of appeal, which gives you the opportunity to go to court. So people like that, they can appeal against the decision. They give you 14 days to apply if you are within the UK, and 28 days if you are outside the UK. So you have to appeal, and don't make the mistake of putting it under your pillow and praying about it. At that point, prayer is not the answer. You need to go and get legal advice to see what error was made on the decision, what are the legal points, what are the issues, what are the evidence you need to get, and then they can make the application and you can appeal against the decision. And in some cases, they may not give you a right of appeal. They'll tell you that though your claim is has been certified as clearly unfounded. Don't be terrified by those words. And in some cases, they say, well, you have been given a right of appeal after leaving the United Kingdom. Again, don't be terrified by that. Go and see a lawyer and then see what can be done on it. It is not the end of the world. Some of these decisions, you can challenge them through judicial review. So the fact that the Home Office said that you have no right of appeal within the UK does not mean that is the end of the road. So stop crying. Go and see a lawyer. Get proper representation. So for people like that, so if you don't get a right of appeal, you can challenge the decision by the right of appeal. You may also decide to make a fresh application depending on the situation. But again, getting legal advice is sine qua non, second to none. So you need to know what can you do. Don't just put it away and go and hide. It may well be that you are just some representation away from being granted the right to stay. We've represented people over the years when it comes to their appeal, and we are very, very competent to do that.
Thank you, sir. So what is your final word for our viewers today?
Well, final word, legal matters is the best place to be. If you are watching this telecast for the first time, and you may not need us now, you may not need legal advice now, write the number down, the landline, the mobile number, save it on your phone, Dell and Co. It may well be that you are outside the country in future. They might call you that someone is stranded at the airport, needs legal representation. Or you have a friend that needs a good lawyer. Give them the number. And also, you may be a British citizen today and your future partner may be an illegal entrant or an overstayer that needs a lawyer to represent him or her on their case. So save the number. Also, while waiting to make an application, don't destroy your evidence. Stop tearing those pay slips. Stop tearing the P60s and the P45. Stop tearing your utility bill. I had a client that I saw some months back. Every time she moves from one house to the other, she will shred all her documents. At the end of the day, when it came to the time to make an application, she had nothing to present. Now, also I dealt with another client that was granted indefinite leave to remain, and then she applied for citizenship to become a British citizen, and then they refused the application. Now, they wanted to refuse the application, and they asked for a particular document between 2007 and 2011. They said they wanted to see what he was doing at that time. I was very, very proud of this client. He got all the documents. He brought a pile of documents, and when it was sent to the citizenship department, they granted the application. So stop destroying your document. The fact that you have indefinite leave to remain today does not mean you will not need those documents tomorrow. And if you are yet to make any application at all, you are in the greatest danger. Stop destroying your documents and stop listening to your friends that says, oh, if they catch you, they are not going to catch you until you make an application. So even if they catch you, you will need evidence to show it. So stop destroying your documents. That is my final word, and don't do anything criminal.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you very much for all our viewers who have tuned in today on the Legal Matters. Now, if you're just walking into your living room and you don't know what we've been speaking about, we've been discussing things like appeals, things like overstayers, and things like the 7-year policy when it comes to children. And there are a lot of questions around that. And if you would like to speak to Mr. Dele Olawanle in person, and if you would like any legal help or advice from his firm, Dell & Co Solicitors, feel free to contact the number on your screen. Also, feel free to follow him on social media, and the links are on the screen also. So until next time, thank you for watching Legal Matters.
Thank you for tuning into The Legal Panorama, presented by Dele Olawanle of Dell & Co Solicitors. Talk to Dell & Co Solicitors. We can professionally help you in the following areas: obtaining and/or extending your visa, asylum, humanitarian protection and discretionary leave, application for overstayers, immigration and asylum appeals, judicial review at the High Court, Tier 1 to 5 under the point system, including post-study work, fiancé visas, settlement applications, indefinite leave to remain, ILR, neutralization, citizenship, entry clearance and appeal against visa refusals abroad, reconsideration of visa refusals abroad. In addition, we do other areas of law like family, traffic offences, employment, civil and criminal litigation and advocacy. If you need legal advice, call Dell & Co Solicitors now on 0208 880 9393 or visit our website www.dellsolicitors.co.uk. Dell & Co Solicitors, legal advice you can rely on.